And welcome back. This is Coattail for another War Rights event. I've got it's a Sunday, so hope everybody, well, for those with the daylight savings, sorry you lost the hour, but so it goes. And we got an eastward skirmish here. It is 206, 97 for the defending CSA versus 109 for the attacking Union. And I do have a guest here who's also doing some adminning, so he's got some double hat here, but still happy to have him, Mr. TJ from HL. How you doing, good sir?
Hello, hello. Good evening, Kota.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening. I know it's late for you, man. So now we do
I mean,
have. Oh, go ahead, man.
it's earlier due to it's earlier due to daylight savings, and I appreciate that.
True, true. It is. I guess for the next 3 weeks, it's not as freaking abysmal as it would be. But yeah, I mean, since you watched the big map today, I think we have well, it's HL attacking, so it's your token attacking SR. Anything on
hmm
the
hmm
big map to you want to make note of for this battle?
Oh, it's a I mean it's a second campaign, Wolf Secession campaign classic. By this point, we have engaged SR at least 6 times so far. This might be the sixth time, so an absolute classic. And both tokens have been really battered. Like it's a lot of casualties have been had between SR and HL. So
Yeah,
I
but
have to see them this time.
SR didn't get the reinforcements, and HL did, so they got a
Mm-hmm.
little bit outnumbered right now. I think it's what 1350 for the total left on the
Yeah,
SR,
just
something like
just
that.
a few hundred tokens between them. We can look it up actually in the numbers sheet we set up, and we see that Hampton's Legion is currently at about 4,000 manpower on that token. SR at 1,319. So if this battle goes south for them, they might actually be wiped, or very close to be wiped at least.
Yeah, I usually don't see Eastwoods get that high on casualty unless you get the back and forth with the
Mm-hmm.
counterattack. Sometimes I've seen the counterattacks get quite heavy, but we'll see how that goes on this battle. Oh, looks like we got an early attack here on the CSA right here.
Yeah, but
Looks,
interestingly enough, one regiment has pulled off. Looking at the guns, there's PB just engaging to the snake fence.
yep.
So it's not a full send immediately, but the Union does seem to have broken through, which is really good because if they control that hill, it's really hard to recover.
No, it's tough to once you get trenched there. It's tough to beat them back.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like we got looks like 83rd and 9th Corps are what's left up here for the CSA. And I don't see too many reinforcements coming. It looks like EB's sending up some additional troops.
However, the carbines appear to be with PB on the right-hand side, so left broke through without carbines.
It's pretty impressive. They're still holding, although it looks like CSA might be trying to mount an attack. But look at these tickets here. Union, we're at the 40, not even at the 40-minute mark here. We're almost half of morale stayed down.
I'm gonna see if that counter push goes through. It looks pretty good. If they push like right into their face, the flags. There's only one flag left, if I see that. So yeah, yep, that seems like the CSA held it.
Yep, Union is pulling out, and that will be a very nice hold for the CSA team. All right, so taking a look here on the two teams, since we're kind of at a bit of a draw point, we got on the CSA team 10th Tennessee, and by the way, it's swapped, so CSA is wait. Oh no, 10th
Yeah,
Tennessee
both.
balance. 10th Tennessee balance. Okay, never
Yes,
mind.
10th Tennessee balance. It's swapped on both sides.
Yeah, it is swapped.
Campaign 2 on
Yeah,
the board.
yeah, that's what threw me. I saw Knight there. I was like, what? Okay, no. So we got Knight leading 10th Tennessee, 32nd under King Bob, IB under Will, 51st under Nolan, 9th Corps under Turquoise. See, then we've got 83rd as well under, I'm not sure, I think Bluntest, maybe. Then we got EB under Colt. Oh, no, 83rd is under Tiberius. Okay, HD under Rob. And that is it. All right, for the other team, we got Wilkes, who is a token holder, leading HL. We got ABC under Guso. See, MWB's in here under Nitro. I-Core under Boone and Mr. Berger. 20th under CJ. I-Core under Cheeto. Oh, no. He's just holding the flag right now. They got so many people. I-Core's so big. Then we got PB under Legion. And HL Artie under Perkins, and I-Corps also has some guys as well under Baron. So it looks like the CSA is reestablishing that line here. Pretty early on. Union is a little bit behind on tickets, but not too bad here. Do you think the Union rotates the field and tries to go through the core now, or do you think they try the same attack again?
It's hard to say. I would presume that Wilkes is pulling off already, and as a token, I'll assume that they... Oh, no, he does the Wilkes 180. He always turns around 180 in certain events, and then he turns 180 again, so you never know what he does. It's a basic plan. If I don't know what I'm doing, the enemy sure as hell can't either.
So I see you've studied Army Doctrine, U.S. Army Doctrine. Very good, sir.
Yeah. In the end, I think they might have like a token force remaining there, right? To keep them occupied, maybe confuse them a little. Some psyops going on, but it seems like most is pulling up to the right.
Yeah, it looks like a little bit of I-Corps here, at least an element of here under Goondog is holding a little bit.
PB in the open. I mean, you can make very nice use of the guns on those fences. It's even canister range if you wanted it to, really.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, see, Union's got a bit of time. It's still early, so I mean, doing a swap here is not a horrible thing. But I think it's a little bit too observable. The problem is, the CSA is already kind of reacting to it, so you got to kind of juke them somehow.
It's very, very tough ranging from the far left fence if you want to be in that advanced position where you can actually put pressure on the CSA, and from there to the guns. The CSA gets the interior lines, can move pretty fast. Of course, they have the in-game chat as immediate communications tool, right? So they will know when they need a shift or when the token holder wants them to shift because the enemy is shifting. And
Yep.
CSA will shift faster.
Yep, and a little bit closer, and it's not that hard to communicate. They're going left or they're going right. It doesn't look like the Union's going straight in. It looks like they are consolidating, one might say.
Roll credits.
Yep, that's it. That's all, folks. That's it. Video's done.
Well, yeah, it's not a bad idea, honestly. If you use these carbines like PB is doing, and if I look behind those rocks, the casualties are absolutely not bad for them.
Well, nice thing about the
the
carbines
corpses.
is it's the same reload speed kneeling versus standing, so it makes
Yeah, gives you a good bit of cover. Oh, and there goes the artillery. A little bit too short.
that one looks like it might have just packed on the surface.
It's not real.
And even if it just pulls down the snake fence to deprive them of cover. But, oh, there we go.
I can't run no more.
Yeah, Wilkes in the lead. Here he goes.
Watch him. Oh, no, he has learned. He does not immediately get shot in the face. You see, CSA is already blobbing up on that left side and makes it really hard for the Union to break through. Especially because the out of bounds for the Union on the right side of the fence is pretty tight.
Yeah, but I don't hate this. If you can get into the corner and make it a melee, you can start making up some tickets. It's really a matter of making it a fight.
Get him down, get him down, get him down.
Stab these fuckers.
Good shot.
Get off our fence, boy. Get off my fence, boy.
Get out of here, you push him out, push him, get the flags, get the flags, get the
Get
flags.
stabbed, son.
And it looks like that is starting to collapse here. And there we go.
Hopefully they get the flags out.
I think it's a little bit
Maybe.
late for that. We'll see, maybe. They might be able to sneak it out. I don't
Well,
know
it looks like they get it, if they're lucky.
I don't know why they're
But
staying
they
right
need to actually
there.
pull them back. If the CSA
Yeah.
counter charges, the flags are gone.
Yeah, they need to get out of there.
Get the flags. You ain't running.
They still might get it out here.
Personally,
CJ's
I would
grabbing
have
it.
gone over immediately, wipe off these flags, save yourself a whole lot of headache, right? But that was too late from the CSA.
Yep, and Union will hit engaged here as we hit 33:40. CSA, they still have a ticket lead, but I'd say that was about an even trade. I don't think they lost any more tickets, but I don't know how much they really gained. So, as far as the differential, it's still about the same. But yeah, it's not looking too bad here. Do you think the CSA team needs to change anything? And by CSA, I'm meaning in-game. Do you think they need to change anything up, or do you think they kind of have it wired at the moment?
They're playing is as well as they can, right? Because they want to have a comfortable, tiny little ticket lead if they really need to tank the tickets towards the end. Because they will go to breaking as much as the Union will probably hit final push if this keeps going like this. So you always want to have a comfy little ticket lead so you don't get last standard at an inconvenient time. And yeah, they're playing it as well as they can right now. Maybe the odd move they could make to make it a little better, like charging out these flags, but at this point, really, in the end, it just comes down to if the Union can pull off these charges, like a little bit more oomph behind these charges, a little bit better placed and timed cannon shots, and that right side can actually fall, or at least net far more tickets than the last charge has.
Yeah, I think that second charge was a better charge, but I think you're right as far as it could have been a little bit better. And I think they made a mistake of hanging out on that fence versus. Yeah, the arty should be choosing a spot, in my opinion, and hitting it and making a hole right now. That should be their main objective, I would say.
I said it, and the arty misses by like 40 yards. Knight calls out a push right, and all I see is the Union pulling back.
It looks like there's a push right. If I zoom all the way back out, it's kind of a.
Well, from the CSA right?
A push on the CSA right, yes. You see him forming up on the Union left?
For me, it looks like a standard like skirmishing type of deal, right? The Union likes to be in and around these bushes.
I did look right behind him. Look at Wilkes. You see him now?
Okay. Yep. Question of perspective. I was completely turned the wrong way.
You're good.
And now the arty is coming in right. However, artillery needs to work with the infantry, like launch at the perfect time to knock people down when they're basically about to eat the bayonet. And this was a little bit too early. But yeah, as I said, it seems to be a little bit of a shootout, at least for the meantime, because they have the time. They can allow themselves to see if it goes well, if they drain the tickets at a reasonable rate.
They do have a bit of time right now, so I think that's not a bad thing to kind of see if they can win the shootout.
Ninth Corps. Are they charging? Oh shit, I think they're...
Also nice to see 5 guys from the Union in the road binding the entirety of EB, apparently.
Get up. Get back up.
That's a little bit of a hit on the fence there.
Belay that.
Tennessee, form to the rear.
Open order.
You see Knight is pulling his gun. I do like they have HD as kind of this mobile reserve back here on the reverse slope, so I think that's be a nice surprise if the Union does hit that point.
We're safe where we're at.
Yeah, but as you see, the snake fence already broken down, helping out the Union with shots from the right. Okay, if they had somebody on the other side of that fence shooting, that is. So you don't necessarily want to be up there anymore.
No, I would pull back a little bit if I was a CSA and let them move forward. I think it's they're not really winning the rifle. To answer our earlier question, it looks like the CSA is getting. The Union's getting the better of this long distance engagement.
Yeah, but 51st PA pushing up here. I mean, ballsy, and it did not get punished this time, but dangerous, very dangerous.
And that's Nolan though. Here comes Ninth Corps into turquoise. He's gonna try the same.
Very brave of you, very brave. That's barrier right.
I haven't watched too much from the Union perspective. I'll take a look at them.
First target, take aim.
I mean, they drained a few tickets from the CSA within the last 2 minutes, but not the kind of ticket drain they need to have.
I I mean, it's not it's slowing down now. I would say now that the you had a couple of units move off of that fence, so I think it's starting to be diminishing returns.
Yeah, I need to have a talk with Perkins. His shots are incredibly short. That was like 50 yards away from the target at least. God
Yeah.
damn.
So
That's not helping.
Yeah.
Not helping at all.
Do you think they need to?
Oh, that one was very nice.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'd ask, what's the objective right now for the arty? Is it to knock out these fences, or is it to try to hit the guys in the back?
Maybe a little bit of both, because you want to, of course, knock down the fences, yes, but you also want to get the range onto that tree of life, right? So you know where you can hit to knock the guys down eventually. A little bit of range finding, maybe. Oh, there comes the charge.
3, 4, shut the door. 5,
But again, the arty was kind of off. Now is the time to fire the gun. There we go, see? Now the guns are down, and the charge comes in, and you have like 10 rifles less firing.
And you get that nice suppression effect too, even if you didn't kill him.
You said the horse. Son of a whore.
Center.
And EB still on the left over here with relatively little impact on the charge as a whole. They're not moving up, which is not good, because the Union already seems to have entrenched, at least in the center of the fence.
They're fighting. Looks like it's still kind of a... I think the CSA actually has the advantage if I'm looking at it.
But every second the Union can hold this, the flags keep spawning people who can fight, and people who have carbines.
Yeah, the problem is it's 3 versus 4, so the math never works.
No, come back! It's lost! It's lost! Go back to main!
Yeah, see, they're already breaking.
Go back to main!
And look how many tickets they lost on that charge. Yeah, you got to punch through. You can't. Getting the lodgement's not enough. In my opinion, I think you really gotta. You gotta punch through. You gotta win that fight. Because the math, it works against you. The math just, and again, even with EB out of the fight, they are giving fire into the flank. So it's not like they're completely out of the fight. They are giving that flanking fire. So. But yeah, so now we're at 26 minutes here. And
That was a very bouncy shot.
Yeah, looks like the fuse was a little bit off on that one.
Yeah, no, but yeah, you're right. If the CSA stacks that buck and ball on the right, it's gonna be a really tough time breaking through.
Well, yeah, it's breaking through versus because it looks like they were just kind of hanging out on here, hanging out on the fence, and trying to shoot it out. You're not gonna win a shootout at that range against buck and ball with 4 versus 3 flags. Just not. You got to punch through. It's gonna hurt, but you got to do it. Get their flags down, and your flags stay up, and then you take the hill. At least in my. But yeah. So they're falling back here. It looks like. Do you think Wilkes switches it up again, or you think he's gonna try something different, or try for the same option again?
So they're reinforcing on the left still. They might be moving out. So it's still up in the air right now.
And the good thing is it doesn't look like they lost any flags, so that would have been very bad if they did.
Yeah, I'll just hop in as a spectator into the Union so I can watch their chat.
Speaking of, it looks like Legion's moving his guys out. Not sure if this is the start of a charge or if it's just a positioning here. Maybe it's just positioning. Looking at him.
I think Legion is just positioning. PP has the carbine, so he's probably positioning for a shootout. I highly doubt that Legion would charge like that across the open. But he might cover Wilkes for doing it. At this stage, with 24 minutes on the clock, CSA just scratched into engaged. A little bit of time pressure on the US.
Yeah, now that yeah, I would say time is definitely their enemy, and I would say the bigger enemy right now is tickets. This is a big lead for the CSA, and they've got to equalize it as well. But they also can't rely on time to do it. So.
Oh! Look at the tree of life. We have Pops from First Corps being captured apparently.
Oh, he's just hanging out with Cat.
That's okay. That's okay. I don't have any
Prisoners of war do not count for board casualties, though.
Oh, you should have them. You should be able to let them do a prisoner exchange or something.
But I see popping up in the chat, Wilkes calls for a 23:15 charge, so 5 seconds. Allegedly.
You think you do, but you don't.
I like your suit.
Hey, Coach.
Let
Hey,
me
Coach,
tell you
I got a
something.
question for you.
Yeah.
New line.
There they go.
You know the Muffin Man?
Hold your loads are coming down. Hold your loads are coming down the road. They're coming down the road.
Right side. Blow in the hole. Oh,
I think I just saw the guys.
oh, there go the boys. You okay?
Yep, this is a really good RD timing, right? Just before the charge hits, the shell's coming.
Yeah, they got to flood in though. Again, in my opinion.
We still got PB coming in from the left-hand side, which is good.
Yeah, you got to keep pushing it. See if they can do it.
It's all friendlies here. Let's go. Move, move, move.
They're getting over, which is... I mean, this could actually work. Like, the numbers do work out.
Up and over, boys. Up and over.
Now you don't have to charge all the way down, but you got to win the fight for the hill.
This may be a situation where EB could be a little late.
Charge into him, boys.
Wheel right, wheel right. Shoot him, boys.
Kill that officer, kill that officer.
Flag up, HL.
And in this case, 2 CSA flags are already down.
Yep. See, now you start changing the math up here. There you go. Now EB's going to attack forward, but they're a little bit late.
And they have a delayed PB with their carbine, so they should be there in force and putting a lot of fire down range.
And here comes Colt charging in, but...
Yeah. Come over here. I'm a master swordsman.
And you can see the tickets have equalized as well. Not completely, but we're a lot closer now.
Is a very mixed charge coming in from the left.
Yeah, see
Nobody
this?
has seen it so far.
Yeah, it's not a lot though.
Crazy.
I mean, if it's a flag retrieval option, I support it, which I think it was. See, they got one of their flags out.
It will cost them a good bunch of skirmishing and out-of-line tickets, but
It will.
they got the flag.
Yeah, I think that's... I don't know if I would have done the trade, but I can understand the logic of it.
Well, it appears like the Union has actually secured the left now.
Yeah, look at it. We got a different match now coming into the 20-minute mark here. CSA just about engaged. Union slightly down on taking losses. How do you think it's changed up here with that little maneuver?
Well, I don't need to think. Wilkes told me. Start shooting in loose formation is the announcement for the CSA, well, Union, on the battle right here. So that is what's going to happen. People will now start shooting out at long ranges, and the CSA will get the shorter end of that stick.
So now as a CSA, what do you think they need to do?
It's very annoying for the CSA in that position. You're not really comfortable with leaving the Union the Tree of Life, because that's a very good position, but you also have no realistic chance of getting it back without huge casualties on tickets.
No, now we see they've hit taken losses as well. Tickets have really equalized after that charge.
You also don't want to leave the corn to the Union, because it's a very good avenue to get to the one halfway decently safe position from artillery in the forest, like just behind the corn.
Yeah,
And for that, you have to stay in that road and in that corner, which is a prime arty target, which we are seeing. They're bombing the cornfield, the snake fence.
So do you think there's any recourse for the CSA, or do you think they just kind of turtle up at this point and try to minimize losses?
It's really tough. If the Union plays this well, there is very little the CSA can do.
So what does the Union have to do, I guess, to ensure victory at this point?
I mean, at this point, just casually shoot it out and give it 5 more minutes. If they don't get them close enough to breaking, then there's no problem with pushing up, pushing closer, getting more guns on target. Because at that point, you're basically making all these fire exchanges a one-to-one trade, and one-to-one trades are always trades in favor of the attacker.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I'd even say more than 5 minutes. I think, as long as you hit breaking by around the 10-minute mark, you're fine.
Yeah, maybe it's a personal thing. I like to have like 2 or 3 more minutes above the
Oh, I mean,
the roundabout.
I mean, I would like to as well. It's just, on this map at 10 minutes, I think is more than enough time to drop a morale state. Once you're on breaking and they really have to sit on point.
I need to do some balancing here. Because we do have a 15-man imbalance in favor of the Union.
Oh, yeah.
Open order,
Could do that next round, yeah.
We got 17 minutes to knock them into fucking breaking. Then we got the fucking point.
Yeah.
Not doing anything. Try to stay in formation.
Encore, break the load, pull back. Climb it. Come on,
Yeah.
you can do it.
Aim at the right.
on our right.
Maintain that fire. Fuck 'em up.
Did I just drop the flag? Gomer, I think I might have just. Nope, never mind. He went behind the dead blade. For a second there, I thought I dropped their flag. It disappeared for a second, but I think he just went behind the hill.
Interestingly enough, it looks like the CSA is actually winning this gunfight here. See, Union's already at halfway down on taking losses here.
I'm so sorry, man.
And they haven't done too much damage to the CSA yet.
It's a tough spot, but again, you still have options from that advantage position on the hill.
So do you think they just hold steady, or do you think they try to do something?
Probably they'll do something. Look at how they are stacking up on the fence here. That is a... Yeah, Works is just saying it. He's pushing down the fence.
He wants to make a move down the fence. Yeah, I would agree. You gotta... I don't think they're gonna win this gunfight, so yeah, I think, yeah.
Oh, that was mean.
What?
Maintain fire, boys. Maintain the fire. Keep targeting that bush.
Oh, you think they do a full send, or they leave stuff at the top of the
They're
hill?
all there.
Got one on the left.
Oh, yeah, you should definitely do something, leave something on the hill. Because that hill is all that allows you to control stuff. And the CSA does have a lot of stuff that they can send for that hill.
Yeah, I think I would agree. It's you got to leave at least a little bit of a stay behind force. I'd say even more than a little bit. You got to leave a significant element there.
You're gonna move over to the company in the corn. Flag, move to the company in the corn. Everyone else, hold your ground. Brace the right.
Brace!
Here they come.
Brace!
Keep firing into them.
Step away from the fence. Brace
Blast
away
them,
from the
blast them,
fence.
blast them.
Blast them in their fucking face. Here they come.
Hold that spear wall.
Shoot him as they
Spear
go.
wall, 53rd!
Give them that fucking ball, boys.
I fucking killed your
Stab
officer,
him down,
bitch.
boys. Stab
He's
him
going
down,
to
boys.
hell. He's going to hell like
Stab
every
him
other
down.
southerner is. Fuck you.
Hold the line, 53rd.
Cut their flags down. Cut their flags down, boys.
Back up from the fence! Make them come to you!
Make him come to you. Make him come to you.
Fucking ball range.
Shoot him if you can. Shoot him if you can. taking that corner.
Oh, here comes HD in the counter charge.
Are we up and over?
Yeah, baby dick.
Run it, Fox. Run it, run it, run it.
It's gonna be.
Come on, nasty girls.
Push up.
I'm the nastiest girl.
Rob might be getting a little bit ahead of himself here.
About face.
Oh no, he figured it out.
HD reinvert. HD reinvert.
Keep moving, boys. Keep moving. Keep moving.
Oh, he figured it out.
Into the woods! Run to the woods, to the woods! On the start, HD, on the start.
Wait for me.
And that's a CSA counter push, but it is not a good counter push, and it will be a very costly one.
No, HD went in, then they turned around, and then looks like EB moved up. It's kind of like some cross wires here.
Oh yeah, fall back, but you already lost so much, Colt. I'm sorry.
So, I think, yeah, ultimately, I think that was a successful experiment, though. I think they got a decent amount of tickets, even though the charge didn't work. Yeah, I'd make that trade. What do you think? As far as the Union doing the charge initially.
Flag down, get it up.
That flag.
You have, it's like ABC and PB watching the side over here.
MB Pine. Keep it right.
ABC right here, folks. ABC, come over here, guys.
Close, JBC. Keep your line.
Yeah, I think they're pretty well set. They could do another push if they want, but in fact, I think I would do another push if I was them once they reorganized. That last one's just a little bit ragged, though. It was a little bit didn't have a lot of punch to it. It's kind of can't charge from column. You got to charge, you know. Well, unless you're trying to penetrate something, but you kind of just got stuck on the corner there, so.
53rd, spread it out to the left a bit more.
The CSA has held really, really well here. Like there was good holds all around, good positioning, and the Union getting somewhat complacent, right? Because as I said, you have to adjust, and you have to adjust in time, otherwise you get under pressure.
Yeah, time is. We're not at the. Well, we're under your. You're under your time limit now. I said 10. You said 12. So they're definitely under 12 now.
Ball still isn't accurate.
We'll see if they actually hit it by 10. I'm not even too confident unless I do another attack that they'll hit 10.
I've gotten some stabbing already, so...
Are they still a little bit short for the money shot?
Yeah, you got to work on those fuse times a little bit.
Keep the fire up. God damn it, Slop.
And see, they're charging the left side. The problem with the left side is they're doing what they can just leave. So 32nd. I don't know why they. Yeah, they hung around way too long. They should have been getting out of there a lot sooner than that.
Ah, 9th Corps is holding in the open. No, 9th Corps, please don't hold in the open.
Yeah, I think he figured it out, but yeah, they should have pulled off a little bit sooner than that. They didn't really get made to pay for it, but.
It's a lot of CSA pulling back into the forest.
Ball torture, boys.
Doesn't matter when you're doesn't matter when you're fully
This is not a bad move, right? Because you see the positions you're attacking are not working out. Really?
I think
push
it's
something up.
Yeah, I think pushing up is what you need to do. It's gonna hurt a bit if you get stationary. Is the problem? Because again, you're in very nice bucket ball, and they have nice cover in the woods.
Yeah, but you are dragging them into the open here, which is good.
Yeah, to an extent. I mean, Union has now hit braking. Why did we change time of day? Hold on.
Because somebody had set it to afternoon, which is not the thing that we had set for this one.
Oh, I thought it was dusk, wasn't it? Didn't we have dusk for the first map?
Yes, but it got too dark too early.
Oh, it got too dark too. Okay, yeah. Yeah, again, my problem with this, I think you were better off with the charge on the other side here. It takes a bit too long to actually drag him towards braking. Now they should have, even at this pace, I think they should have enough time to make at least one play on point. But, ooh, I like this move here. Look at 83rd and EB. Colt is making a play for the top of the hill right now.
Don't present yourself as a target. In the line. Keep moving.
Good luck. The hill is still well defended.
I mean, there's
And the units can shift easily.
I mean,
Come on, boys, come on.
there's nobody there. Now they are, but...
Pour into them, boys. Use that fucking ball.
Pay your fucking taxes, motherfucker. Pay your fucking taxes. You suck. Look at you. You can't even hit shit. Why did you shut up?
Yeah, and that's the end of that charge. 51st moving up too. I mean, I still don't hate it. I mean, you're at 730 now, still at you're still not at braking, and now you've kind of thrown the Union a little bit off of their rhythm a bit.
But at this point, with all the CSA in the back, the Union has an option, like just charge them into braking and go straight for point.
They could. They could. That is certainly an option. I'm not sure if they could be able to organize that, but
They do have the chat where they can call it, so...
well, I mean, the chat calling
Organizing
it
is not that
versus,
tough.
well, yeah, I mean, versus. So here's the problem. I mean, you were just in a fight, so your officer might be down, people are screaming, yada yada. So I mean, yeah, you could put something in chat, but once you're in the middle of the fight, it doesn't always get seen right away. And this option only exists for a couple moments.
I'm not an officer.
See here, I-Corps moving down though against EB. You see, it's not part of a really general offensive here. It's kind of another one of those caterpillar conga lines.
Hey, yo, fuck you, CSA, you piece of shit. Pay your fucking
See, EB and 83rd, the two units that were in the charge, are already back in the fight.
Focus on the left side. On the left side. Keep fire.
Your left side.
Maintain the fire, boys. Maintain the fire.
boys.
Keep on left.
I left.
Keep pulling back. Keep pulling
Nice, nice.
Get out, get out.
Oh, but we do have an assault in the center here by Wilkes. Looks like he's going to go for the point option.
Beaver violence! Hampton! Hey, Hampton, they're coming down the road! They're coming down the road, boys!
Get your load, get your load.
We're not taking my boy, Yankee.
It's a flag. It's a flag.
Get out of here. Rally, get the flag out of here.
My boy, Yankee. My boy.
Get him, boys! Get him! down.
Oh, and that's about it. Union almost on final push now. CSA on braking, but they still got about 2/3 of a morale state left. What do you think the Union's got to do now? You think they one final push, or do you think they try to shape it for a little bit?
I mean, the Union has all the options to win this. Still,
You think so?
I do. If they get one good charge off, one good charge can change it. But it has to run in their favor, right? The CSA plays it as best as they can. No. If the CSA does a mistake at any point, like just a little bit out of position, a little bit too late to countercharge, then yes, the Union still can win this. But it's of course
Well, I mean,
a
now we're
board
talking. Yeah,
evaluation.
now we're talking about the CSA making a mistake, though.
Well, the Union is still going for it. There will be a charge at 3:15.
Yep, and I guess that'll be the final one for them here. They'll be on final push here in a moment. You think they try to swing any angle, or do you think they just go hey diddle diddle up the middle?
I mean, 3 minutes are a good amount of time, and if you do something like that and you really want to win, you set up the best charge you can get.
What do you
So
think?
personally,
what option do you think, or multi-pronged, or where would you think they should try to focus?
it depends really where you want it to go, but as we see, they are going for a two-pronged attack through the corn, which is my personal favorite angle, and through the hill they control. So a little bit of distraction. See all the CSA flooding into corn, which is good. And now you still have a lot of men coming down from the east-southeast, provided the right can hold long enough.
So would you just hold on the right, or would you push through the corn, do you think?
I mean, you know that on the other side of that corn, a bunch of buck and ball is waiting for you. So I wouldn't push the right, really. But this little maneuver here, AB, really good job. Flanking the CSA counter push, basically. And giving their guys a good chance to get on point. Also get their flags back that I didn't even fucking see going down.
No, that they lost on the last charge. So we'll see if they can get them up. I don't know they have quite enough troops to do that. It looks like PB's going in now, too, to try to help.
Come on.
That looks like a last stand incoming. But it's dubious if the Union has enough time to make use of it.
We'll see.
I mean, they're calling to charge in the chat here.
HD's going to flank it from the side.
Rock!
I heard unit people like PP. Come here.
Yep, that's a nice flank by HD.
And just shy of last stand.
Yep. Now we got 130, and they haven't hit last stand yet.
If they really want to pull something off, they cannot trickle in now. Like, they have to hold a nice fence position as best as they can. And yep, that's I think Wilkes is calling it to hold back. So maybe about preserving the casualties here, which is unfortunate. I told you, it's the 2-3 minutes that I put on top to make the move that would have saved them right here.
Well, it's how do you get those 2-3 minutes is the question. It's not.
You don't wait to push up.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest,
2-3
yeah,
minutes.
not to quibble with you, but they went for final push at 4 minutes, so they had 2 extra minutes. Because then the final push put them to 2:30. So.
Stay alive.
Yeah, but if you play this right from that position, like 20 minutes out, you have the left. Play your cards a little bit earlier so you get that extra time where you can say, okay, this isn't working, we take another minute to think it through.
Do you think they spent too much time shooting it out on the hill?
A little bit, yeah. Because if shootouts, if you don't see the ticket bar moving like a substantial amount for what you needed to do, you need to adjust immediately, right? And not after like 3 or 4 minutes, but you can see it after 2 already. Like the writing's on the wall by that point.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. You got to make that. You got to be making those constant calculations. And as soon as you see it's not going in your favor, I think you got to reevaluate. It's not easy to do because you're in the middle of doing stuff, but that's what you got to do. But yep. So another match between SR and HO, and once more SR's on top. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, it was really well played. Like we have seen amazing fights on that Union left CSA right on the hill on the Tree of Life. That was really well fought by both sides. Always tough because if you're down there, that gets messy immediately, and they pulled through really well on that. And yeah, I mean, good pushes by the Union when they had secured that Tree of Life. A little bit more aggressively to force the CSA to make these shifts they eventually did make in the open where you could shoot them easier. But yeah, a hair's length, I'd say, for the Union in time.
Yeah, and I think they did a good job reacting for the most part. The CSA team did, so that's another another matchup in the books. We'll see. I'm sure we'll have another match between SR and HL in the future. So that's it for this map. I'll see y'all for the next one.